good for both of us too. Great. Yeah, so we stretch the swing down, comes into the hip flexors, and then we come into a supported forward fold. So basically, we're just going to let our body hang, folded leaf. So we're not trying to do a down dog, we're not trying to do anything, we're just letting our bodies relax. So if we kind of bend the elbows, let the legs be heavy, we can feel that natural tilt of the pelvis and the lift in the sit bones. Take a few relaxing breaths here to lengthen out through the sides of the neck. Crown of the head reaching down. And then from there, after about 5 breaths, we're going to walk our feet underneath our hips and come into a supported forward fold. So folded leaf is totally relaxed. Supported forward fold is coming onto the balls of the feet, pressing the hands into the ground, lengthening through the hamstrings. Nice. Does that feel great? A little bit of a stiff.
Can you do like a handstand from here and wrap your legs around?
We're getting there. Okay. Let's just go through the sequence, okay? Those in the way. So after we do a forward fold, we walk our hands and feet apart into the shape of a V to come into down dog. So now we're pressing our hands into the ground, driving our heels down, at the same time keeping the sit bones lifted and the legs long, really undulating back and forth a little bit to drop our heart. And these little micro movements that'll open up the spine, letting our hips shift a little bit from side to side, bending the knees, walking the feet out, just kind of playing in the space to feel how the lift and the swing affects our down dog. So from here we're just going to start to bounce back and forth from chattarunga to down dog. Just moving with the breath. As you can see, if the swing was lower, we would come into a lower chaturanga, but for now we're just coming into a plank pose. And next time we push back into down dog, we're going to lift the right leg up, arch and look up, kind of like a cat-cow. Exhale, pull ourselves forward, bring the knee into the chest. Inhaling, lift the leg. The leg comes out a little bit more to the side than normal to keep us in the swing. You feel that kind of tension there. Exhale, pull it in. Using the core. Keep going with the inhalations and exhalations, just finding your own rhythm. Let it feel good. When you're ready, place that foot down and let's switch sides. Inhaling, left leg lifts. Exhale, pull it in. Slowly arch and inhale. Arch, look up. Arch. Exhale, pull it in and around. Inhaling, lift. Exhale. And now just go at your own pace. Combining the core strength, the cat-cows, with the down dog. Coming into a nice rhythm with the body, letting the breath initiate the movement. A lot of what I do in the aerial yoga is let people play instead of like giving like step-by-step instructions. I think it's really good for people to kind of come into their own practice and their own rhythm and trust their inner cues. And then if somebody feels like, just looking around, if somebody feels like they're not really having enough guidance, then adding some more there. So now let's change legs one more time. So come back to neutral, the down dog. This time when we come forward into plank, we're basically just going to pull the right knee into the elbow, right? So we're using our core strength here. Lift the other leg up. Hands are planted. And then pull in again. So the other leg is floating. We're crunching, shortening the right side of the body. And come up onto our hands. And of course it's challenging to hold right there, so we just use the momentum. Good. And let's switch sides. Left elbow in. Elbow to knee. I like the legs wide because it adds a little bit more of a stable base, so we come back.
Mm-hmm.
We can obviously do this in the down dog and just have tiny little movements like this too. But since we can float, we might as well. It's like the Matrix.
That's good training.
Mm-hmm. Make sure the spine is long and the back is happy, but you can feel the lower back really kind of engaged, like we're doing the airplanes, you know, like in yoga. So you can even try balancing and lifting up, balancing in the hips, and like realizing how much strength. Just think straight. Yeah, you did it. And then we can do both knees straight in. Very good. And there's many ways that we can play in this. Sometimes I'll do little ollies like we were doing when we were high up. And then what we're going to do is we're going to wrap one leg around.
Oh, so you mean ollies, like...
Uh-huh. Yeah, like remember we were doing in the... So a lot of the poses translate into like the ones where we're leaning back are the ones coming forward. So we wrap the right leg around, we just hook the foot, outside in. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come and pull that knee into the chest one more time. Hold here, like we're practicing handstands, right? Like you were saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then exhale, lengthen it out. Press all the way back. So we're opening up the chest at the same time. So inhale, pulling it in. Exhale. We can do this fast or slow. You can tell the slower you go, more intense it is. Now when I come forward, I'm lifting my hip up over my shoulders, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm preparing to come into handstand.
I'm not quite...
It takes a little bit of strength. Let's switch sides. So hook that foot. And lower the other leg.
My chest still is pinching
yeah.
a bit.
Take your time. Lift. We can do a straight leg or knee bend. I do both. If we did straight leg, we're preparing for standing splits, right? If we do bent knee, doing some more core. Nice. So lots of different ways to play with this one. I like it. So now let's do both legs. So hook both legs. And first just stretch out the hips, stretch out the chest. Are you okay pressing back for the pectorials to open up the chest this way?
Yeah, I'm just not used to, like, I have to work through that energy.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't found, like, you have to be able to see the end in order to work to the end. And I haven't, like, I'm still focused on, like, that pain that's right there.
Mm-hmm. So now we're going to just do the same thing where we lift, tuck, just coming into like almost like a pike, but our knees are bent. Exhale, press. Open it up. Like that. So inhale. Yep, exactly. Tuck. Exhale, press. Really good. You can feel like you're using the core still, right? Oh, and initiate from the belly button. And pump in. Nice. Great. And just play with rolling the hips around in space. Just notice the building of the arm strength and the balance. Still feeling really held and supported by the swing. Really good.
Really therapeutic for the back.
It feels so good. So I'm like, I'll always show you aerial yoga. Now let's try scorpion pose here. So dolphin scorpion combination. So coming down onto our elbows, we're sinking our hips, arching, and bringing our legs up over our head. So we don't have to go very far here. In fact, there's not much weight on our arms, right? Mm-hmm. We can actually change that by bending the knees. When we bend the knees, we actually have a different amount of weight, and also change it by bringing our hips up over our shoulders or just pressing them back and being held. So this is a really great way to get the benefits of scorpion, which is normally really challenging for people, without having to do the full pose.
It's hard to tell exactly where your body is.
Get used to the new alignment. And then of course here we can also, I would normally have cushion down, but we can also practice headstand. Tripod headstand. These are all the supported inversions we can do to stay for a long period of time and receive the benefits of the inversion without the compromise of either a misalignment or the inability to stay. Okay, and then for handstands, we can press up and do our pike, or we can practice straightening the legs. Now if we straighten the legs, the swing is going to move, so we have to be ready to bend the knees again to catch ourselves. So watch me a couple times. So when I come into handstand, I bring my hips up, and then I straighten my legs. See how the swing came up off my hip flexor? So I have to bend my knees to come down. We would only do this with spots, especially on the cement. So just go as far as your body. Can you normally do handstands?
Yeah.
Great. So if somebody's more comfortable with it, I'll let them play a little bit more. But typically what I do is just have people kind of balance and get a sense of what a handstand feels like. Even with the support, we're really trying to find that sweet spot where the swing is there, but we're not really using it. Nice.
I'm not completely. This is great for practicing upside down push-ups.
Isn't that great? Yeah, and that's what we do next. Wrap our legs around, and we do some handstand push-ups. Yep. You can find some different positions with the legs, but it's really great to start building the strength to doing them on their own. Yay, fun. Okay, so now we have a whole nother sequence to do with the leg loops. So we use these as handholds. So reach up one at a time. Once you get these in your hands, or even better in your elbow creases, nice.
Find grace with time, I guess.
Huh?
So I'll find grace with time.
Oh yeah, it always happens. You're doing great. You have a background, so it's much easier to train you. So we're here, right? Legs are staying hooked. Well, first, all right, we'll do the push-ups at the end. So what we do in order to get the leg loops onto the shoulders is we just squeeze. Squeeze everything towards the center, right? It's the easiest way. So now we're in skydiver. And there's several different things we can do here. The first thing I like to do is just bend. You kind of find the sweet spot. It will feel intense. It's just part of the deal. Nice.
I feel like getting my body to twist as well. Okay. There it goes.
Yeah. Just finding the momentum.
Inertia.
Yeah. Awesome. So there's a few different things that we can do here. One of my favorite ones is to come into a shoulder stand. So we do that same kind of piking movement. We bring our arms straight up and down. Bring the legs up towards your face, over your head, and grab your toes. adjust the leg loops if they need to find a comfortable position on the shoulders. So Christ consciousness, shoulder stand, wide straddle. Take that out. And from there, we can actually fall back into a back bend. Bending the knees, grabbing for the feet. Are you with me?
Yeah, I'm watching.
I can't see you, so you have to give me cues.
I was not able to flip over and get into that handstand position. I didn't get my legs correct. So do your legs come completely through?
Uh-huh. Just bring them over your head. Nope, just bend your knees. No, stop wiggling around. Bring your legs wide like they were. Yep. You had it. All you do is bend your knees and arch your back. So yeah. The legs stay exactly where they are, it's just your hips that move. So come down and watch me for a second. Yeah. So you just hike, and your legs just come straight back.
Okay, so they go fully through.
Yeah, you actually just don't let go here. You've got them kind of got them wrapped around the leg loops.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what was happening. So you just hold on here.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. So I wasn't sure if I was
A little bit of trust. And you can grab for your feet. So your feet first. And feet.
Why am I being awkward?
You have to arch. So you're like this, just with one foot. And then the other. The swing is at your waist and not at your hip flexors, so bring it down. Shoulders. Tight. Get your legs through. Yep. Nope. Keep them bent and just bring them over your head. Back. Arch. Yep. That's it.
Okay.
Keep them bent and wrapped around. Oh yeah. Oh, you were doing the next one, I see. So first come up and arch. Look at me. Yes. Cool. Okay. Okay, grab. Cool. Go ahead. Yeah. Yep. That's it. You got it. There we go. Good job. So you just make sure the straps stay on your shoulders. Nice. And then you're just gonna flip back over to come back around. Yeah. Very good. Go from here. Keeping the feet to hook. If your feet weren't hooked, your feet would just come out. It would be any big deal, though. Yeah, there you go.
Can we get more graceful as soon as...
Yeah, it'll get easier with time. It's just, it's hard to tell upside down, too. It's like, see how my knees are coming down more?
Mm-hmm.
So.
You just look really beautiful doing it, and I feel like snorkel.
I kind of made it up, so I have an advantage. You're doing great. Awesome. So, keep your feet hooked. Transfer to hands. Nice and gentle. Good. I know hair is always a thing. So now we're going to do some extreme push-ups. Because now when we're here and we straighten our arms, you can tell it requires a lot of strength.
I might need some time, but I'll try.
Yeah, they have to be in your hands. Both of them. You start out here, yep, and then just press. Yep, keep your feet hooked. Yeah, nice. And it's a big chest opener, opens up the quads. Nice. So you can feel how we have to pull everything towards center. So keep the elbows riding against the sides, like chattarunga, right? Mm-hmm. And just press. Nice, there it is. That's the one. You feel how we pull everything towards center and it's easy? Mm-hmm. Well, relatively speaking. Good, really good. And then slowly unhook the feet first. That way we can come down. That's great. Let's just keep these on the shoulders. When we have them on the shoulders like this, we call it backpack. And then backpack we can just, you have to tell me if my hair's doing something crazy. You're all just like, so clasp your hands together in whatever way feels good. Either interlace or just grab one hand. Good. Just bank a little bit from side to side. Let this feel good on the side body. Whee! Oh yeah. And as we just kind of explore and play, we come up with more and more things, you know? That's how it happens. And with one leg. Listen to a little side stretch thing there. Nice. Just playing and exploring the space a little bit. You can do like a knee tuck. You can do the peppermint patty. And just, we're hugging our knee. Come up. Just for good. Switch sides. Marching it out, right? Can you press more forward so your hips are forward? Yeah. You can touch, it's okay. See how you have to get just the right balance, right? Let's see if we can bring that leg forward. Ah, nice one. Woo, big stretch. Feels good. So like this I'm all just making up right now. This is not like on the sheet, but it's fun to play, right? Mm-hmm. Ah. And then let's see if we can open out to the side. And then we're like challenging. And that's how it happens.
How can you like,
I don't know, do the standing one that comes with the carefully. It's fun to do like partner stuff too, because like if somebody else is like holding the back leg, then we could do things easily. So the next one we're gonna do, so we're gonna let these ones go, and we're gonna come into Superman. So basically reach up really high. It does. So when we bend the knees, we call it birdcage. And then when we straighten the legs, I feel like I did this one with you. It's so funny. Little premonitions. Superman. Oh man. Fun, huh?
Mm-hmm. I really would love to see you in like black and white with all of these.
Sure. Just with all these black and white pants. That'd be fun. So, I'm going to take a look at the time, but if we can, I'm going to show you some of the acrobatic moves too. So, we can use the swing to pick up and come over. And we use the hand holds and flip. So we're stepping at the swing, right? Hike, pick up.
I get premonitions a lot too. Like, remembering the future is what I call it.
Yeah.
People are like, what do you mean you remember the future?
Yeah, totally. Let's see how much time we have then. We have 4 minutes. Alright. Let me make sure I got done everything. Shoulder stand, down dog, forward folds, headstand, push-ups, handstands, arm balances. Okay, so I just did a little bit of the acrobatic moves, but I like also using, just letting go, release the shirt for a little bit. I like just letting go of the swing and using these ones, like walking forward like we did before. Well, several different ways. Doing the forward folds like this, kind of like how we started.
It's actually really good for the triceps.
It's so good. It's also good for doing the circles because we have to really engage the body. Like we pull the shoulders into the sockets to come around. and back down, and come up and over. So we're creating semicircles, right? So all the way around, straight arms. Pull in, all the way around the elbows. Kind of getting the full range, and then here, lifting the chest, right? Straight and really good. A little bit TRX-ish, but I like all that stuff too in yoga. I wish there was a little bit more strengthening in yoga, so people wouldn't need to go to the gym after they're done, right? Well, there are a lot of people saying, "Oh, I need to go work out," and like everything's included.
If you do a little more, like if the movements are slower, it becomes more of a strength training.
Yeah.
So
Engaging.
in the transitions, like I mean, you totally do. The slower you do things, the more muscle it builds.
Engagement. And then we can transfer to the shoulder loops and do the same thing we were doing before. Reach. Right, Patty. Enjoy in the space. Just kind of enjoy the sensation. And of course, you know, if we have a little something on, that's why I make those little shirts. It helps the underarms a little bit. But it's good because then we'll have a whole clothing line for the classes and be like, here, you want this? And it's like, oh, that's so cool. And then take it home. So try just banking from side to side a little bit. I like all the kind of airplane stuff you can do with the swings because it really gives you that extra multi-dimensional experience, you know, swimming through space. Right? Don't we all want to fly? Look at the dreams. All about flying. And then, of course, then we're moving into, you know, some traditional poses like triangle and things like that. Basically just switch my arm back in here. So this one's hooking over this, yeah. And then I can hang a little bit, twist.
Feels so good.
Feels really sporty. You can then lean back, forward, I'll pull up.
So, into half a minute.
Harder. Oh, just even this, right? So just bring our arms straight overhead. Feel the side body just totally open in a new way. And then from there, reaching up. So all of the yoga translations are endless, right? We did 12 and it's not even really close. Like this.
There's a lot more dimension to it as well.
Nice. So there's all that. So I like doing all the arm variations, coming from, like I call it, the forward folding or front folding position. And then there's a whole acrobatic sequence called clearance that I do, that I'm not going to do outside on the cement, but we'll do it inside at some point, maybe tomorrow. Or Sunday morning we'll do another practice. Or, you know, it's okay for you to just be new to it and just help me set up and break down and, you know, be present for the other people. So you don't have to feel like you need to do everything. It's more just having help. It's really great.
Well, I'll be able to study a little bit more and then get comfortable with helping people to feel comfortable.
Exactly. That's great. Very good, hun.